Have you ever wondered how one man's quest to organize all human knowledge still shapes how you think today? Welcome back to the history of the mind, where we're building the intellectual architecture that constructed our modern reality. I'm diving deep into the greatest thinkers who ever lived, and today we meet the ultimate categorizer himself. This is episode 4 of Architects of Reality, and we're examining Aristotle, the man who didn't just study the world but created the very framework we use to understand it. While his student Alexander the Great conquered lands, Aristotle conquered something far more permanent. He conquered chaos itself by giving human thought its first systematic structure. Picture this. Before Aristotle, knowledge existed in scattered fragments. Philosophers made brilliant observations, but they floated like islands in an ocean of confusion. Then comes this methodical genius who looks at everything and asks the most revolutionary question possible. How do we organize this mess? Aristotle becomes humanity's first great librarian of ideas. He creates categories that we still use today. Politics, ethics, biology, logic, poetry, physics. These aren't natural divisions that existed waiting to be discovered. Aristotle invented these categories. He literally taught humanity how to think systematically. But here's where it gets fascinating when we apply Mortimer Adler's syntopical method. Adler showed us how to read multiple thinkers on the same topic to find deeper truths. When we examine Aristotle through this lens, we discover something incredible about how his blueprint still supports our mental architecture. Let's focus on his most influential idea, eudaimonia, often translated as happiness but really meaning human flourishing. Aristotle argues that flourishing comes through the golden mean, finding balance between extremes. Courage sits between cowardice and recklessness. Generosity between stinginess and wasteful spending. Now here's where Adler's approach reveals something profound. When we compare Aristotle's golden mean with Stoic apatheia, the Stoic ideal of emotional equilibrium, we see both clash and alignment. The Stoics would later say eliminate passion entirely to achieve tranquility. Aristotle says harness passion through reason to achieve flourishing. This tension isn't academic hairsplitting. It's the foundation of every major debate about human nature that followed. Should we balance our emotions or transcend them entirely? Modern psychology still grapples with this exact question when treating anxiety and depression. Aristotle's categorizing mind gave us more than philosophy. He created the template for systematic thinking that enables science, law, and even how we organize information on the internet. Every time you use logic to make an argument, every time you seek balance in your life, every time you try to classify something into a category, you're using Aristotelian intellectual architecture. The man who tutored Alexander the Great built something more lasting than any empire. He built the scaffolding of human thought itself. His blueprint doesn't just support our modern reality, it created the possibility for systematic human understanding. This is why studying these architects matters. They didn't just have ideas, they built the foundations that all subsequent thinking rests upon. Next episode, we'll see how the Stoics took Aristotle's framework and built something entirely different on top of it. If this exploration of intellectual history resonates with you, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the greatest minds ever to exist, drop a comment about which philosopher you'd like to see next, and share this with anyone who loves understanding how ideas shape reality.